Greetings, friends. So we have an absurd amount of edits to do today across a podcast, short form content, long form content, posts. I'm just going to be a content ninja until I have to pick my kids up from the bus and my son's sleeping and I have focus because I'm not on Amazon working third shift. And then I have a whole host of DMs and things to fire off this afternoon, but it's deep work time. So one cool thing I'll show you really fast. See if I can pull this up before we get into the actual video making content. I did some really interesting brand work for a company called Kalon that I'm super pumped about. Where the heck did I do this? I can turn it sideways. But I'm going to turn this into some content, basically connecting a bike tire into a colon and talking about air leak testing. So this was a guest I had on the Sunday Sis podcast, and I wanted to come up with some kind of snarky, interesting content that was well branded and created a little bit of intrigue around what they're building towards. So this is something we'll end up working on in a bit, but that's for Kalon. This is very much my style. It was very tedious. It's not digital. I mean, I sketched it. So all the line work is me. All right, but we'll get to that. First, we got to get out some health.tech content because I have keynote in 14 days in Switzerland that I need to prep for. But I have some content I'll get out to promote it first. So we need to change our workspace. So we have two screens. You won't be able to see my second screen because I'm not used to live streaming on this platform I'm using called StreamYards. I'm also going to do some quick tests on my phone for chat integration, and then we'll jump in. So I'm going to make sure the live is okay on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube, send a message to myself, and then we will get into edits. It should be nice and focused. Let's see. Also check the audio really quick. Yeah, it seems like it's working. Yeah, that was working. Okay. Twitch. Hey, that works. All right, so now we want to kill that. Go to LinkedIn. Weird. Let's try YouTube. I forgot I called this video editing until my eyes bleed. This is going to be from YouTube. Right. And then we'll try LinkedIn. LinkedIn was super finicky this morning, so let's see if it's doing a little bit better. Turn it sideways. I have some really interesting DMs and follow-ups to do on LinkedIn today. Very curious. But I'm going to do deep work first. Let's make sure this is working. Great. And then we'll try LinkedIn. LinkedIn was super finicky this morning. Yes, that looks like that's working. From LinkedIn chat test. Excellent. It's a little slow. Interesting. All right, it'll make its way over, I think. Cool. We'll leave LinkedIn open. Let's get into editing, friends. Okay, we got a lot to do. So let me turn this over. Okay, and then what I got to do is drag in some files. You won't be able to see this step. Just bear with me for a second. We gotta go to our video editing. She edits. It's like life is so intense. I have to fit everything into the gaps. I'm just fixing some linkage issues. Then I should be good to go. Now we'll see how upload works. I've never tried uploading content while being live. I anticipate that might make it a little bit dodgy. But we'll try it. All right, that fixed it. So we're gonna try to get out 4 edits for health.tech that are scheduled, and then we will bounce to other fun content. But here you want to watch something fun. This is an AI version of myself. Let's see. This isn't me, naturally. Oh, that's just an image of it. I had a friend do some AI images of me on stage to help with speaker prep, which was really interesting.
How far are you willing to go to hear the voice of marginalized clinicians and the patients they serve?
It's so weird. No, I have a friend named Barnabas. He's an AI content creator, absolute wizard. And he was just a wonderful help to like do this experiment around content creation. Oh shoot, I never downloaded that from him. I might have to do that in a bit. All right, let's jump in. So we want to get rid of this subtitle. Neat. My goal today is to make work fun because work has been hard and busy and tired. And I'm going to try to have an air of gratitude today. I've had some fun updates on things that are tracking in the right direction. So I'm like, all right, just keep doing the craziness and it'll work, perhaps. One would hope, right? All right, so we're going to start on day 15, I think, is the edit we want to begin with. Yep. So we're 15 days out from health.tech. Oh my God. I don't even have seats on my airplane yet. So we want to go into this little pre-roll we have right here, change it to 15 days. So one of the things I've learned with content creation is a lot of times folks get focused on making like this perfect evergreen piece of content. And it is possible to make evergreen content. I'm starting to figure it out with guests on my Sunday Sips podcast. But making things episodic and creating the right templates around it so it's all at the same standard of quality, I think that's where the money is. Because then you can just show up 100% as you are and then run with it as is.
So hey friends, isn't there a few?
Ooh, that's terrible audio. All right, let's listen through it for a minute.
So hey friends, it is dark mode, Joe. It is like 8:15 at night, and
oh my God, it's so bad. I don't know how much I can fix that. We'll see.
Which will be cool too. But yeah, keep changing the world. I gotta get some sleep. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Let's drop this in. But content like this has attracted interesting opportunities. I just got re-engaged by Hollister, which I'm super excited about. So progressing some work on that. 1 second. Yeah, okay. So I got some apps and contacts to follow up with today. So this has some terrible buzz in it. So let me play it and see.
Hey friends, it is dark mode, Joe. It is like 8:15 at night, and we have a keynote.
Turn this music down. Yeah, turn it off. It's distracting me.
Hey friends, it is dark mode, Joe. It is like 8:15.
It's almost at the right level, actually. So this already has a filter on it. I'm going to pull some noise canceling into this really fast. You won't be able to see it because my head's blocking it, but I'll just change tabs from video to audio. And then let's do some AI voice isolation and see what that does. 100%, maybe. Maybe a little bit over top for this kind of style of clips, but maybe it'll make it a little bit less buzzy.
Hey friends, it is dark mode.
Woo! It's so good. All right. So now what I gotta do is I'm gonna listen through this whole thing, and I'm gonna take some notes on another tab. I'll bring it over so you can see it. And I'm just trying to find a good title for this clip and a good hook, and then we'll compile it and push it out. So let's make it a little bit smaller.
Hey friends, it is dark mode, Joe. It is like 8:15 at night, and we have a keynote at Basel, Switzerland's Health.Tech in only 16 days, and I'm anxious and freaking out. And it's all good and normal in the process. And I want to share something with you that I've never experienced before, even though I've done a couple TED Talks for my keynote. This is the app for Health.Tech, which is awesome because I can connect with people ahead of time and send DMs and like pre-network for the session, which is awesome. But if I go to agenda and I can see on Wednesday the 4th, and I go over to the innovation or the insights stage,
Oh, this is
and scroll
crazy.
down, innovation from the margins at 245 to 315. This is the first time I've ever been on the agenda of a like convention app before. And what's even cooler, it's cool because it says former Johnson Johnson Ottawa, is if I go over on the same day earlier, we scooch over to workshop room 2. Nope, I got lost. We're going to get to the point of today's session. There it is. Workshop room 2, hitting zero, embracing the art of public failure. RSV required. And I already have attendees like Sarabev Karapitin. He's a CEO. This one was the biggest surprise because I just interviewed Santosh Iyer for a Sunday Sips podcast from Zimmer Biomed. So I'm excited to reach out to Christian ahead of time and connect with him. And I could just like message him and say like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, and suggest a meeting. But this is just beautiful. Like all these folks are already connecting ahead of time and going to attend the session. I'm sure there's going to be more, but you could join, which would be really cool. But what I want to talk about today as I prep for this keynote in 16 days now, which is just so humbling. It was something I was kind of speaking over myself. We went to my grandparents in laws. And when we hit zero in Tokyo after 7 months of all in entrepreneurship, I had a really messy exit from Johnson Johnson, 12 relocations in 1 year with 3 kids to get to Japan on behalf of J&J and taking a shot on our own life out there when my job was impacted. And when we hit zero, we had the grace of a soft landing with our in-laws. We co-lived in a 4-generation home. 1 second. All right, my kids just dropped by, but I'm gonna finish this so I can get like 3.5 hours of sleep and go work third shift at Amazon. So anyway, we're at our in-laws. We had a soft landing with them living in a 4-generation home with my father-in-law, my grandmother-in-law, my grandfather-in-law, who was battling kidney failure. And we co-lived for just under a year with them to get back on our feet. We pulled our full 401k to give us some runway and buy the Honda Odyssey, which has kept our family moving for the last year or so. And then I worked third shift at Amazon to get cash flow, started landing stealth mode clients, doubled, tripled down on my ventures. But today I went there. It was my father-in-law's birthday, and we got him some pizza. This is going to get to the point of the keynote, and particularly this workshop of hitting zero. And hopefully I get to meet all these fun people in. There were moments where I felt so torn between applying to jobs, global leadership jobs at Baxter, AbbVie, Medline, like a lot of the big medtech areas in Chicago. I felt torn between that, continuing to build my own business at risk because we had pulled all of our savings and we had taken on so many loans and we were co-living. And at the same time, caring for my grandfather who was battling kidney failure. He was falling frequently. He was on dialysis. He had just had that procedure. And there were moments where I just felt really stuck. between the messy middle of these three things. I hadn't launched the Sunday Sips podcast, which has been incredible for connecting me within medtech and for me to find my own voice. I had not found this authenticity to bring my failures into digital spaces authentically. I keep hearing noises. My kids need to go to bed. I had not found my voice. I was still masking. And there was just something so beautiful and precious about seeing my grandfather-in-law today, because for the last year and 4 months that we've lived in Chicago, a year with them, 4 months on our own, which has been beautiful, I've continued to see my grandfather decline. He's got multiple comorbidities. A couple days ago, he fell and brought the TV down on top of him, and it like shattered on his head. So just lots of challenges, lots of hospital visits in the future. And for someone working in progressing healthcare technology, I just have such deep empathy for what he's navigating, what the family's navigating, what my grandmother-in-law is navigating, as her husband is not who he was from a cognition perspective.
Beautiful. So we got this one prepped. I got all the details on it. You're like, wait, you were right in the middle of a story. I know, you have to watch it on LinkedIn. So anyway, oh shoot, my computer's freaking out. 1 second. Boo. It's fine. I'm still here. You're probably still here somewhere. My drive likes to disconnect and reconnect, but hopefully the live is still live. Give me a second to check. So funny. Yeah, it looks like we're still good. But no, you'll have to listen to the rest of it. I listened to it enough to get a taste, and then I was able to figure out, if I make this big for a second, shoot, I should just view free first row. So I was able to lay out, my USBs are freaking out. I was able to lay out title, description. I started tagging these folks. This is something I'll play around with. These individuals committed to going to the workshop, so why not tag them in content about the workshop? And then as more people register for that, I'll tag them on the series. If it gets spammy, people will unconnect, which is fine, but that should be kind of cool. It gives them a little bit of a pre-roll for the event, hopefully gets them excited. I've never done this before, so I'm experimenting. And then this is instructions if people actually want to join the event, which is super cool. And then I track all my analytics. And then for every podcast guest, I track my analytics and campaigns. That's like 17,000 impressions. So let's go over to having use some AI. So we're going to go here. This is where the clip's going to end. We're going to go to our timeline. Why is this so ugly? Oh, there we go. Give me back my dual screen. Need the power. And we're going to go to timeline, AI tools, create titles, and do 24 characters, create. And this thing's going to be a hog for a minute. So we're going to go over to Canva while that's working. Let the AI do its AI thing. We're going to make a thumbnail. We have a template that my wife made because she helps me with branding because she's amazing and I love her. Let's copy this one. We're going to do a whole bunch of content today. It should be fun. Unless my son wakes up. Then it'll still be fun. I just have to transition back to dad mode. That's number 15. We're almost to 0. Slowly panicking. That's not a good sign. We're normally a little bit better than that. Task manager. All right, now it's 40% memory. Ain't nothing but a thing. Let's close Windows Media Player. I'm not listening to it anyway. Wait. Why are we peeking? Oh, Chrome is using a decent amount of CPU and some memory. All right, so even if I'm live streaming on Chrome, it's still taking some work here. All right, we're making progress, though. That's good. That's expected. I don't want this inefficiency. No, I want it to be great. Hmm. I need a more powerful machine. I need more power. Let's go. Take a little nap. Rest off third shift. Either been closer. One thing I realized, I didn't check if the audio is coming through from DaVinci. So after this is done analyzing, I'll hit play just to double check. I know that my mic's coming through, which is fantastic. Now you can all hear me. Oh my god. It's these tedious steps. And then the worst part about content creation, it's a lot like doing a pig lab surgery. You're like, what? It's something called hurry wait. You got to move really fast to get through the steps, and then you have to wait for the test to run. And you got to hurry and do the steps, and then you got to wait. And it's exhausting. So let's check the audio.
Masking. And there's just something so beautiful and precious about seeing my grandfather-in-law today. 'Cause
Steps, and then
for the last
worst part about
year and 4 months that we've lived in Chicago, a year with them, 4 months on our own, which has been beautiful. I've continued to see my grandfather decline. He's got multiple comorbidities. Yes, a couple days ago, he fell and brought the TV down on top of him, and it like shattered
Yeah.
on his head. So just lots of challenges, lots of
Precious about
hospital visits. in the
seeing my
future.
grandfather-in-law
And for
today.
someone
Steps,
working in
and then for the
progressive
worst-
healthcare technology, I just have such deep empathy
All
for
right.
what he's navigating, what the family's navigating, what my grandmother-in-law.
Yeah, there we go. That's good. So let's go over to here. We're gonna go into here. We got fly high. Let's go. Speed run. So we gotta go up to 15. Again, I'm trying to pep myself up. I got so many edits. I'm gonna go small to long. The goal is to bite into Santosh's podcast and see if we can push it out. That would be hyper over performance. Okay, that would be incredible with everything else we got going on. Let's export that and burn it in. So we want the subtitles in the video. All right, let's see if anything breaks with this. This is where the real power happens. Wait a second. Mm. And she's making me scared. Wait. Oh no. It. Uh, what's happening? It's funny. All my file structure is nested under a Family Frenzy, which was my original live streaming digital brand for quite some time, and then it moved over to the Pretentious Engineer. So it always makes me smile looking at my legacy. Shorts to upload, health.tech. What in the world is going on? Where's this video going? Oh, let's just stop it. Let's just see what happens here. I'm worried I broke everything. It'd be apparent that I had. Make sure this is burned in. This shouldn't give me any weird errors. I got some strange errors on my last one, which are very confusing. There we go. Yeah, motion graphics take the longest, and then it's pretty quick. Now, I've done more complicated edits than this naturally. I mean, I've done some really cool edits. Those take a long time. There's this weird balance you have to find between quality, quantity, like speed, getting an idea out versus also creating room for an idea to breathe. And because I've done over 2,000 videos, 20 million views, 40,000 followers. I found that sometimes you have to let your brain follow creative wanderings. And other times you have to be like, shut up, brain. You captured it. It's good enough. Ship it. There's a really odd tension between those two states in content creation. They're both really important states, but it's a very strange tension to navigate. Let's see. Excellent. So it appears that we're still live on all three platforms. So hooray for that. Let's grab a water bottle. Oh my gosh, we actually have people watching. Hello, people. Can't post comments to some destinations. Interesting. But greetings, friends. To anybody's hanging out. We are doing editing. It's very exciting right now. We're watching this video render. And then we will see where this all tracks out. Oh my gosh, it's mad. Somebody actually said hello. What? Yeah, I'm just an editor lurking around, looking for others to do some editing. That's so awesome. Well, welcome, friend. I need to change where you are because I can't see you up there. You're the first person to say hello in this live. I've never really live streamed content creation. I put a ton of content out. So this is Mad Tastix. Excellent. Looking at others do some editing. So Mad Tastix, like do you have a YouTube channel as well? Do you do content? Because I'll pull you up while I wait for this to run. This is so fun. I'll go hunt for a minute. You are doing great, man. Thank you, Bangafit. Appreciate it, buddy. We are trying to do some content for a keynote I'm doing in Basel, Switzerland. So every day while I'm working third shift at Amazon, I'm just recording little videos on the speaker prep journey. I've been doing it for over 100 days. By the time I do the event, I'll have 116 days of prep towards this keynote, which is wild. It's very similar to a TED Talk. So I'm flying out on March 1st, speaking on the 4th. And I have 4 days of content for this that I'm putting out. And then I have a whole bunch of short form edits from my podcast with Sunday Sips. And then I am live streaming because I figured I'd connect with people and see what's going on. So it should be busy and fun. And then I have a community on a platform called School if you want to hang out. Shoot, I didn't put a link to any of that on this live. I don't think I can change any of that. I'm afraid to touch stuff. Actually, I can move this to the other side. You used to be a gamer YouTuber. But as I was editing my videos, I felt so much in love with the editing aspect. You went full into editing, and I'm a full-time editor. You're full-time? Like, you're getting paid to edit? Let's go, dude. Yeah, my podcast is monetized. I get like 15K for someone who's a guest on my podcast because I do all the edits as well. This year, I want to get back into creating my own content once again. Beautiful. That's so awesome. Let me see if I can find some of your work. Well, this is 82% complete. My goal is to crank out a whole bunch of mid-form content, long-form content, shorts, LinkedIn posts, all kinds of craziness today. But I also got a baby that's going to wake up and I have to get my kids off the bus. So we shall see. But we got YouTube. This is the second time technically, that I've ever done multi-streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and LinkedIn. So I'm getting the hang of it little by little. Let's look you up really fast. Nah, that sticks. My computer's working exceptionally hard, which means it's very slow. Oh, you make Roblox content. Okay, interesting. Let's see. It's a great thumbnail, dude. Interesting. You have a music channel too? Shorts are where it's at. Oh, I've seen this game. This game always kind of freaks me out. Never understood it. Well, cool. Sheesh, man. Yeah, I get to do editing full time. I didn't go to college. Once I graduated high school, I took the risk and went full in. That's awesome. So how are you getting your clients? Which is fantastic. I'm gonna work on uploading this. Let me grab my other. Uh, do, 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 do. Lost my way. Sheesh. I've heard sheesh in a while. That's funny. All right. So this is the big unknown I have about this live stream. I'm going to try to upload, a multi-gig video while doing this live. I want to see how much I make my computer wheeze. Let's click on 15 days. Oh, it's not that bad. It's only 260 megabytes. 10-minute video.
So hey friends, it is dark mode, Joe. It is like 8:15 at night.
Oh my
and
gosh.
We have a keynote.
I cleaned up that audio so much. It is so nice. All right. Like that. So let's upload this to YouTube. They come from my portfolio with hidden words. Well, that's exciting. How did they get to your portfolio? Do you just have like a digital portfolio with all your work that you post somewhere? Do you feel the mystery in my words? So let's go to create. Let's go live, not live, upload a video. This is where I think everything's gonna break. Oh yeah, no links are allowed. Oh, got it. Let's see. Yeah, you should come hang out in my school community because there's a lot of people that I'm trying to help get into content creation. Let's see, Sunday Sips, grab my description. I got a whole system. It's getting real. Now, I don't optimize any of this for views on YouTube right now. I'm actually just using it as like a portfolio, storing it. What I'm trying to get the most conversion out of actually is on LinkedIn. That's like where I get the most leads and traffic because my niche is surgical robotics. So I worked in that context for about a decade, started my own business, hit zero at that, and then rebuilt and reset multiple times with 4 kids. It's been crazy. So I'm always happy to hear when people are like doing well. and out there making money at something they love. So this didn't download, so let's download that. But actually, these thumbnails are more optimized for like LinkedIn. And then down the road, I'll make different content for YouTube. I can show you it if you want to check it out, and there's a way of sending a link. But if not, you can just look up medTech YouTube jobs. Just Google it. Okay, let me start this upload because it'll take a minute, and then I can go check it out. It's always fun connecting with people on the internet. And I'll open it on another tab off screen in case this is a trap. Dude, I've run into some crazy things on the internet. Genuinely, there's normal people out there. And then there's some really messed up people out there that interact and do things with links and stuff that are predatory. Not pinning that on you, my friend, but I will check it off screen. So let's go over here. Let's change that. Thank you for the accountability to keep editing because I'm tired and it's important for me to crank out my volumes. All right, nothing fun here. Add an end screen, so exciting. We want best for viewers, sure, that's great. Yeah, I hit monetization on YouTube, which is pretty cool. And then I hit it, but then I was in a foreign country, so I have to turn it back on in a US context, which is kind of interesting. So I haven't been able to turn it back on, but I'm up to like 14,000 subs. Publish. We'll take that link, we'll put it on our campaign so we can track our analytics, which makes us more valuable. And then once that's done uploading, oh, weird. That's a new mode. Why the heck was that so fast? This doesn't feel right. I feel like the resolution's on weird. Do reading the comments. Yeah, bro, that's why I would for you to check it out on Google. There's some weird people out there. Be careful with those links people send. Dude, because I've live streamed with kids and stuff in the past. I've pulled them off of most of my content just because there are some legitimate crazies out there that have like solicited violence towards my children and stuff. Like there's moments where like it's a messed up world. Can we just be good people? Please. All right, let's post this one. So LinkedIn's where I get traffic. I have a really niched audience on surgical robotics, which is fantastic. Did I get a message from Oscar? All right, I can get rid of that. But yeah, so you've been editing straight out of high school. You're doing it full time. Are you living solo and doing it full time? Or are you still at home and you're starting to get money online? Like, where are you in the continuum of like fine to awesome from a entrepreneurial perspective? But first of all, it's awesome that you're able to work this craft. I'm making my way over to checking your thing. I'm grinding right now. Let's see. Yeah, loads. Eventually, I will have a team doing these pieces. And then I got to copy my content. One man army Joe. So this is where things will be fun. It's all the tags. LinkedIn is one of these really bizarre platforms where I just for the workshop. Let's see. Oh, I might have to check some of these names again. Let's see more twos. Wow, 4 kids, bro. Congrats. Yeah, it is. It's been quite a journey. We lived in Japan for 2.5 years. We're based back in Chicago now. So it's been quite wild, to say the least. Daniela. And back. Awesome. So I'm tagging people that have registered to come to my event, basically. And then I'm gonna kind of get some excitement around this. Jete. That looks about right. I also want to tag strangers because that'd be weird. But there's only 10 of them registered thus far. Oh yeah, really grateful for how much I've achieved. I want to get on point with making 10K. Okay, so you're on the path to 10K a month. Halfway there. Still living with mom. At first, she was questioning me about not going to college. Dude, she's supportive. That's awesome. Yeah, keep running with it. I know quite a few folks that have gone full time on YouTube and content creation. So there's definitely ways to monetize it. You just have to be clever and good. Those are like the two things. Let's see. Dr. Christian Fife. That seems like the right one. It's gonna be so funny. I'm gonna get a message like, "Hey, I'm not coming to your thing." And I'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Sebek Karapatan, CEO. Yep. But what's cool about LinkedIn is when you make the right contact and you circle the right people around it, like the algorithm starts to cross promote things in some really nuanced ways. And there's a lot of great conversion that comes in these spaces. Nicole Rice. I'm checking profile pictures are matching, which is great. All right, Nicole Rice, Clarissa. So this is like my first little mini fan base at this event. I get to connect and help with. I won't do this on every post. That looks great. But it's like these extra touches of being a real human. Community manager, health fluencer. Yeah, that looks right. Almost done. And I'll get back to chat once I'm done grinding on this. Uh, See, I almost just picked the wrong one. It's this Melissa Fair, CEO Deep Look. She almost got me. Gotta be careful. There's a lot of people out there on LinkedIn. All right, we need this. I think I got two more. Yeah, that's correct. And then we have. This is crazy. So this is like the folks I'm actually developing content for, like Maya Raz. Oh no, there's too many. Oh, that's her. Unique experiences for teams. Yeah, that's definitely her. And then at oops. So what I'm gonna do next. I had two Marias. Oh, I have a Maria. Clearly that name is spelled Maria Z Skolwasuka Management Technology, University of. Oh no. Oh no. There's too many of them, and they all don't have good labels. Oh, her profile's not descriptive either. Oh no. We're gonna leave that one plain. I'm scared. Then we'll check chat. All right, so now we can put this up right now. 15 days till a keynote. Oh my god, it's terrifying. Okay, what do you say? Very supportive. She's a little difficult at the start finding clients at the point where I don't outreach anymore. All my clients come to me because of the amount of work I've done in my niche. Very cool. Okay, let me check out your niche really quick. I'm gonna search off camera for a second. Second. Placing. This better not be a virus. Oh, is this like an actual site to find jobs on YouTube? Huh. Yeah, verified clients. Oh, wow. That's a heck of a lot of subs. Fast and consistent. I don't know what this means. Motion graphics, talking head. So do all of your leads come through this one website? Oh, you're Adobe. Yeah, I'm a Da Vinci guy. That's a lot more impressive than me. But you have teamed up with the right folks, which is awesome. Do you do thumbnail optimization too, or just the content? Japanese street food. Let's go. Well, dude, power to you for finding a way to get cash on this platform. And do a lot of these clients keep going back to you for different edits? Let's see. I want to be a household name as an editor. I want to get to 1 billion views across all platforms this year. That's my goal. The only person who came from YouTube jobs was YouTube in Iraq. Oh, so you just use this as a way to host some of your content.
All right, y'all, today I'm trying to spend $100 on street food in Japan, known as one of the most special countries. Japan is home to some of the tastiest street food, but also some of the most creative street food. I'll be walking around Asakusa, Tokyo, exploring one of the most popular street markets with the goal of spending $100. That's about 15,000 Japanese yen. I did this challenge in the Philippines and I struggled to even spend $20. Japan's a little bit pricier, so let's see what we can find. The first item I found came out to only 500 yen. Thank you so much. This thing is piping hot. This is the Tokyo curry pan. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. You can see the curry oozing out. The bread was soft and flaky. The cheese reminded me of a hot pocket. This is just a packed little ball. Oh. Next, I made it to the shop that sells ice cream wrapped in gold. They have a golden bathroom. I can take a golden shit while eating some golden ice cream. I ordered the premium cone, which came out to 1,200 yen. She grabbed some gold film and carefully placed it on the ice cream. She'd be covering it with half gold and half silver. This is probably the richest ice cream I've ever had. Oh, it's like paper. It's deadly hot right now, so this is gonna be so refreshing. It's like vanilla times 10. The gold on top surprisingly made it milkier and creamier. It's on my lips. Also comes with a black cone. This ice cream is for the rich. That golden ice cream still didn't get me to $100. I went next door and I got this matcha green tea ice cream wrapped in like a pancake. This was about 500 yen. Oh my teeth. Oh my god. Instant brain freeze. I've never had a soft pancake bread cone. Honestly, better than a waffle cone. This is still in the market, so it's technically street food. I got this beef, pork, and cheese minced cutlet. It's a tiny, flaky little ball, very crispy on the outside. Oh my goodness, look at all that cheese. Oh my god. That cheese was...
I mean, first of all, dude, it's a solid edit if you're still hanging around. I've been there because I lived in Tokyo, so I've explored Asakusa, so I was curious about like what he was doing. Very snappy, engaging edit, lots of cuts, lots of B-roll. What did you charge for this? I mean, 500K views, he probably did pretty well on that because that's long form content. So I'm curious what his revenue is too. That's awesome, dude. All right. So this went up. That's awesome. Let me put my little tag. That's the one. All right. I think around $300 for that item. Okay. Dang. So if you're up to 5K, $300 an edit. I have to do some math. So you gotta do 16 videos a month. So that's about one every other day. So you got 2 days per video. So you're making about $150 a day, assuming you have good leads flow. And I'm sure you get more and less per video. So you want to get your videos price point up to like 1,200. Yes, depending on the CRM. Yeah, so he's only making 1,000 to 4,000 for that. Although if he's getting sponsorship, then he could charge a lot more. So that's why your edits are kind of boxed into 200 to $300. He just goes and shoots, you fire it off, and then you're part of his money machine. Interesting. I don't want to work with him anymore, but I still chat and talk to him like a friend. That's cool. Yes, I don't even charge $300 anymore. I charge around, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, then he wouldn't have enough margin at that 1,000 price. I mean, this is like ballpark. I have no idea. All right, let's get to the next edit. We got that one up, which is awesome. Back to DaVinci. Staying focused, getting stuff done. Let's crank this out. So I'm guessing do you live stream too on Twitch, or do you just go and look for things that are interesting? Change this over to 14 days left. And then grab day 14.
So hey, friends, here's some lesser.
I don't need that right now.
And just chat and interact with one another. It's gonna be a good time. So you're going out to Basel. My talk's on the 4th of March. The event's the 3rd through the 5th. And share this with your friends and keep changing the world. All right, I gotta go. Like I got world. All right, I gotta go.
Yeah, that's it. Pull that in.
Friends, here's
And yeah,
some
these
lesser
aren't-
known
my edits
public
are not-
speaking tips.
Oh, I remember this one. This is a good post. Okay, so that wave. Show me what it is. I like do all my edits by eye.
So, hey, friends, here's some lesser known public speaking
I like
tips in the
to
event that you
ride
have
the
a big
red.
presentation or you're going to do a keynote like me. I want to share some.
And then let's go ahead and add an AI audio isolator. Let's give that another go.
So, hey, friends, here's some lesser known public speaking tips in the
So clean. All right. So we're ready to add subtitles to this. This one's going fast. This one's really fresh, so I still remember exactly what I was talking about. Outro, timeline, AI tools, create subtitles for audio 24, create. Boom. Yeah, he goes crazy with food sponsorships. Okay, excellent. He's like the guy that eats all kinds of different food on social media. There are thousands of those guys, hundreds of thousands. That's awesome. He's got the sponsorships rolling. You know the cool things I found in entrepreneurship? It took me a while to figure it out. So this is a little loving tip for you. Is once somebody pays you, find a way to do more for them and have them pay you more. So like if you genuinely like him and you have a friendship and you know he's rolling in these big sponsorships, I'd reach back out and be like, hey, I know it's been a while since I've done another video with you. I recently increased my rates. I'm probably going to increase them again in like 3 months. I was curious if you wanted to lock in a retainer. I could do a video per month for the next 5 months at this rate, regardless of how long it is. Like just kind of like lock in some kind of collab. And he might look at that and be able to project how much revenue he'll get from the videos he's got coming up in the queue and then roll you in. And then that way you can get back in, especially if you know he's making good money and you like working with him. Like I would try to return that on because you could literally double your income when the right client liked the work you did and works with you again at a better price. You just have to have the confidence to increase the price with data. So like when I pitch clients, I'll go through my analytics. Yeah, let me show you real quick. I'll pop up in Canva while that's working. So it's like for my podcast, which is monetized, I kind of walk through this is where I sit between two of the leading voices in my industry. You won't know these guys, but like Joe Mullins has an entire content creation team behind him. He does medtech journalism. He's a leading voice in everything from like which businesses are acquiring which businesses, billion-dollar deals. Like he's the top. And then the other guy who I'm close friends with, Steve Bell, this guy was like you could consider him kind of like a co-founder of a huge robotic surgical company. If you watch my content, he's a really trusted independent voice. And I sit in the middle and I have kind of my own branding that people like. And then a lot of my content is collaborative with this guy, which has been really helpful. And then I walk through like how I empower surgeons and patients, because that's the niche I do content with. I have a keynote coming up. I have the podcast I do. This is like over 5 years, how many videos, my views and community, which to folks in medtech that aren't used to doing content, these numbers are crazy. I know for the people you're working with, like this is small potatoes. But because there's not a lot of voices in my niche, like I do actually very well. And then I talk through my numbers on TikTok, where I learned how to do viral hooks, and I go through my numbers on YouTube, and I go through my LinkedIn audience. This is actually what I sell, because a lot of my audience is directors, CEOs, and managers, which have they have purchasing power in our industry. So this is why people do content with me, because they see that I have a very strong growing niche on LinkedIn. And it's not about having the biggest audience, but it's having the right audience that can actually go for larger priced services. And I show some examples of content that's performed well on the platform. And then the kind of companies that are in my DMs, these are all really high-end med tech surgical robotics companies that are rolling in. And then I share some of my analytics from different collaborative campaigns I've run with different podcast guests. And then I talk through like overall pricing and all that on another tab. But like you can keep up pitching different folks as you get better. So I definitely track the analytics. Yeah, that's a great idea because we talk about so much random things. Like sometimes I forget I even work for him. Absolutely, yeah. And just have you ever used like, well, you're a YouTuber, but like if you use Loom, Loom, I have a whole digital course on it. It's like $2. But it's a great video sales platform where you can just hop on camera, chat asynchronously for a couple seconds and be like, hey man, been thinking about you. Like I'm trying to commit to only working with a couple clients in the coming quarter. I would love to put you into that group. And then seriously, like pitch something that seems crazy to you. Like, I know your channel's been growing. I'm thinking about getting a few folks set up on a retainer so I could really be full time with this. And I'd love to collaborate with you at like $5,000 a month and put out 2 contents. Like pitch something high and crazy. And he might look at it and be like, this kid knows what's up. And or there's a little bit of haggle negotiation, but like price it higher than you think. Especially if you know the sponsorships he's landing. Okay, we're almost there. We're so close. Back to Render City. Let's see. Okay, so now we gotta go over here. This is so exciting. I've wanted to get this content out for so long. 14. Yeah, then I gotta do a ton of speaker prep. That's gonna be busy. So I'll do a lot of live streams. Do you live stream while you work or anything? Because that's another fun thing. I've learned this, like live streams are great for building trust and authority in a space, and they're good for conversion. If you're trying to like be a full-time Twitch streamer and get paid through subs and stuff, like I don't actually believe in that game. I don't even really believe in like the YouTube monetization game as much. It's how you monetize around the views and what sponsorships you connect to it or what services you connect make money in these spaces. But it could be interesting for you to live stream and bring people into the process of how you work. I mean, you've hung out with me for almost an hour, which is awesome. You should also, because Twitch doesn't perfectly connect folks, you should definitely check out like my community on school because I have a whole bunch of entrepreneurs there. I should give you a link. I'm so unprepared. I used to have all these like crazy overlays and stuff for Twitch. Like I have no idea if you've even subbed. There's no notifications, no magic. How do I this to open Twitch? I should flee. Right back. Got on my. I'm still figuring out how to make live streams interactive besides having integrated chat. There's so much work to do. This is so funny. This is like the most wholesome thing ever. So if I type in like even though I'm in this niche, you've already taught me more and given me more pointers that I could use. Well, first of all, that's amazing. That's awesome. We need to connect too burdensome for me. .com in any form. It's my truck. Okay. Dash big brain. I need to make like a hotkey for this. You are literally like, I have not gone live on Twitch in so long. And it's so time to connect with you. Like go for my community and see like let me send text brain clip. That's how it works. Yeah, I'm allowed to send links. I have the power. Let me open this up really fast. I'll give you a tour. Together and monetize and charge retainers through the platform, as well as one-off. I'm sure you probably take payments through Stripe or something. And don't worry, it eventually pain, so much pain. All right, so I have this community for medtech that doesn't matter. Right? Oh man, it's gonna take me a while to open this thing up. Get something awesome, and then I will find next in this group. So basically, this is Barnabas. Actually, I forgot about him. He's an AI content creator. That's his niche, and then he's building out a team. So if you want to like blow up your brain, connect with Barnabas. But everyone in my group does this Find Your Next post where they'll share their origin, like where they are today. So he's a content creator, their desired future state with there we go. I'm back. So this whole thing crashed. Let's see. I'll be here. Let me get my screen back up. My computer is not used to doing this and rendering videos. So it's an experiment. Wow, this is like desperately slow. Oh, I'm clicking buttons that don't want to work. But it's nice to be back, man. But yeah, if you check out that link to the community I shared, let's click this link, this button, that. It's nice to know when things break. Got it. So many circles of death on my side. She's given it all she's got. 79% complete. Oh, there you go. All right, you're back. So yeah, I have this community. People can build their next. We're almost up to 300 members. We're making progress. Angry Ready to be coming. Yeah, you could have different plans. Awesome. So like if you opened a community for your content, oh yeah, there we go, we're back. And then And even for medtech, this is way higher. Like it's like $9,200 a month for my medtech community. How slow this is. Okay, come here, buddy. Let's see. Akio. Akio. Oh, terribly slow this has gotten, my friend. I think I'm going to kill the live and focus on doing some work now. But feel free to check with you. This is so funny. All right. That's hilarious. Well, friend, if you're still here, come join school. It should be cool. Oh, we got a new person. Lots of new people trying to join the club. This is awesome. All right. What do I do? Yeah, I'm going to kill the live. It's been fun. It's been nice meeting people, but I'm going to focus on pushing DaVinci as hard as it possibly can, and we'll keep experimenting with making content with you all. So I'll see you on the next one. Keep changing the world, and later.